Right, hello again. Hope you enjoyed that geography challenges impersonation. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to be doing another country speak video because on my last one I got a lot of positive feedback and it seemed like you guys were wanting another one. So I'm trying to go for the country streak record, which I haven't really tried to go since then, but as you can see, it's kind of gotten even tougher now. 81 is 5th place, so we're going to try and do that. And obviously I'm going to be explaining my thought process as we go. So let's dive into it. So obviously at the beginning I'm going to be trying to go a little bit quicker because 81 is quite a lot to get through and I don't want this to be like a 2 hour long video or something. So this one is Brazil. Um, these license plates are a little more like horizontal and long than most of the other Latin American countries. We do have the double yellow line as well. Just this sort of like house with like the arch on the windows is something you see a lot in Brazil. Detailed roofs as well. And actually it says here Benvenuti, which is quite interesting. Maybe like Italian immigrants over here, but yeah, it does say Bem-vindos under it. So Portuguese confirmed. And I would say with this sort of green, pretty agricultural, I would say, and a lot of rolling hills, some bigger hills in the back. That's like typical of this area over here. So like Espírito Santo, Minas Gerais. So I'm gonna try over here. All right. Yep, it was Espírito Santo. All right. Let's see this one. So we got a lot of like this brick on the side of the walls, um, which reminds me of Mexico. So Mexico likes to use either like this gray cinder block or this brick, and they'll paint the facades, but then leave the sides like just the normal exposed brick. Um, and then like their facades are usually pretty plain, sometimes like colorful, but they don't have a lot of decoration around like the windows usually. Sometimes they're like just plain windows, like boxy like that. And then looking at that, that's a huge mountain over there. I'm wondering if that's uh, Popocatépetl, I believe it's pronounced. This one over here. So I'm wondering if we're like down here because that's massive. And yeah, just sort of like the climate's kind of a bit Mediterranean from the look of it, which is like typical of the central part of Mexico. So I'm gonna try over here. So, all right, nice. I don't know if we were looking at the actual volcano. It might have been this other mountain over here. I'm not gonna try and pronounce that. It's a mouthful. But yeah, all right. This one is the US, so this is a typical county sign that you see in quite a few states in the US. I think Ocean County might be in New Jersey, if I'm not mistaken. You do see this sign in New Jersey. And so, yeah, that's like the main thing here. Typical US signs, double yellow line. There's a stop sign as well. So yeah, I think we should be, believe like Ocean County is like somewhere over here. I don't know if like Atlantic City is Ocean County or if it's farther north, but I do remember it being in New Jersey. So yeah, all right. This one is Denmark. So these signs are typical of Denmark. It also says vej, which is how they say street in Danish. These sorts of roofs that are um, like uh, tiled and they're like pretty tall roofs. You do see a lot in Denmark and like the stone houses rather than wood, which you usually see in Sweden. Some brick as well, yeah. Chipped roof you do also see sometimes, but yeah, see these like tall, very tall roofs, or they have like very flat roofs. It's like nothing in between. So yeah, um, let's say like I feel like it might be on one of these like islands. So let's try that. No, okay, I was just on uh Sealand. So all right, this one is New Jersey again. Lots of New Jersey today. The license plate here is the New Jersey one. It's like yellow with the white gradient. Again, stop sign, pretty American looking homes. Not much else to say about this. So or New Jersey somewhere. Let's try over here. All right, nice. So pretty good game there actually. 23-828. I might be spending a little bit too much time on that. I don't know. I'm just kind of a perfectionist, so yeah. This one is Turkey. We got Turkish language over here. The C with this thing under it is a typical Turkish letter, and mosque over here. So yeah, let's just go into Turkey and say over here. Okay. This one looks to be Brazil again. We got the yellow line in the middle. It is a little bit faded, but yeah. Very red soil and this just sort of green agricultural looking environment. We got a blurred out white car. This one doesn't have the stubby antenna, but sometimes you do also see that stubby antenna. And so that car is the one you see in Brazil. And so I would say just based off of this sort of landscape, like very green, also very red soil, like just pretty agricultural looking, I would go in this sort of area over here. So let's try that. Okay, it was in fact Goiás, but it was quite a bit farther north. So, yep, alright. This one is Switzerland, so this bollard over here is a Swiss bollard. And then I actually have Italian, I believe, over here. Alto da Posta, yeah, I think so. Very Swiss looking houses, this sort of wood uh, used in the houses. Also the fact that there's like low camera coverage, so the car is kind of lower to the ground. And that only happens in Switzerland and Japan. And so yeah, I think if that's Italian, we should be down here somewhere. So let's try down here. Okay, it's a little bit far north, but yeah. Let's go on. Alright, this one is Norway. I don't know why we have a big blur over there, but these are typical Norwegian signs. The yellow ones usually show like the bigger towns, and then that green shows the road number, I believe. The yellow lines in the middle is something you don't see in a lot of countries in Europe, but Norway does have them. And they're usually like this like very long yellow line where it almost like reaches the next line, and they're like very long dashes. So that's how you can like tell them apart from US or Canada, for example. So let's just go somewhere in the middle over here. All right. And this one is Mexico again. So Tecate, I believe that's a beer, if I'm not mistaken, which you see a lot of signs for, and that's only in Mexico. Single yellow line, very common in Mexico as well. And yeah, just I'm not sure about this license plate. It seems like yeah, all of them have this red bit on the side. Don't actually recognize it, but Mexico does have quite a few like different license plates. So I'm gonna try. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe a little bit farther south, just because of how tropical it looks. Lots of palm trees over here. So let's try Guerrero over here. Let's try that. All right. No, it's a little bit far north. Nayarit. That's fine. It was Mexico. And this one is Japan. So again, lower car. The car is kind of lower to the ground. You can tell because there's like a bigger blur, and the car is kind of bigger over here. Very boxy looking cars, yellow license plate. So typical Japanese looking cars. The language also as well. That's like the smiley face character that you see a lot. Oh, and the poles have this yellow and black vertical stripe, which you see in Japan. So let's try like over here somewhere. Fukui. Let's try that. Okay. Down there. And this one looks like New Zealand. So driving on the left, Temuka, that does sound very, very much like a New Zealand name. And I don't really know what else. I don't know. The feel of it was definitely very New Zealandy. Houses, I guess. A lot of them are these like low roof houses. It is a little bit like more wintry. There are a lot of pines, which kind of like can tell you that it's not Australia. There's like no eucalyptus trees either, so yeah. Let's go. I think it might be South Island here, so I'm gonna try like Christchurch area probably. Okay. It was, oh yeah, it was a town called Temuka. Yeah, I probably should have realized that, but I didn't recognize it right away, so yeah. This one seems like Bolivia, I believe. The white car, like with no antenna and it's like pretty exposed like this, that's something you do find in Bolivia and Peru. Um, but I would say like the flatness of it, we got like some mountains like to the west, and like just like it's kind of a little bit drier than what you would see in Peru. So it should be like this sort of area near Santa Cruz. So like Peru doesn't have much coverage in the green areas. Like most of it's in the mountains or the drive areas. But where it does, there's usually like some hills and it's a lot more tropical feeling. Here it's like a dry kind of like pampas feel, a little bit more tropical. So yeah, that's like the just how like this sort of area feels. And it's like very flat, and then here's where the mountains start, like west of Santa Cruz. So yeah. And this one should be Brazil. So these poles are Brazilian. So they're concrete, and then they have these like segments over here. So yeah, a lot of brick usage in Brazil as well, as you can see here. And yeah, I don't think there's really much else here other than that. So let's just go into Brazil. I don't really know where. I was thinking maybe like Rio de Janeiro area. It could be like one of the favelas around there. Let's try that. Nope. Okay, I was in near Salvador in Camaçari. That's fine. All right. This one is the UK. The double yellow outside line is in the UK. We also have the yellow license plates on the back and the white on the front. Um, and I would say with like there's some palm trees here and also these like white houses. That just reminds me of somewhere like towards the south coast, maybe. So I'm gonna try maybe, I don't know. Let's try like Bournemouth. Could be like somewhere even farther down here towards Cornwall. Let's try that. Okay, no. It was Whitstable. Um, yeah, it was on the coast, pretty south. Just I got the wrong kind of side of the country a little bit. But yeah. All right, this one should be the Philippines. So concrete roads is something you see a ton in the Philippines. So you do also see those in Thailand, but I believe we do have, yeah, we got English over here. So that can tell you 100% it's Philippines. We also are driving on the right because it's the back of the car, and we got white lines in the middle. So Philippines is kind of like I don't know. Sometimes they have yellow lines in the middle, and sometimes they have white lines in the middle. Thailand, on the other hand, would only have yellow lines, so I can tell you 100% it's the Philippines. So let's try. Okay. All right, and this one is Finland. So I know a lot of people will probably like be a little bit confused about the double yellow lines, but that is something you see sometimes in Finland. Because I know most people would probably see this and associate it with Canada or the US, especially with this sort of landscape, probably like Canada. But it is Finland. This is like a typical Finnish bus stop sign. There's another one over here. And then these are the roads, or like the street signs that you see in Finland. And I think this one has it in two languages actually. It says T over here, and then the other one is probably in Swedish. So that means we're probably by the coast over here. That's where they have the Swedish. So I'm gonna try over here. All right. No, it was a little bit farther south, but I think it was Swedish on that. Yeah, this sort of area over here. So, all right. This one, again, pretty New Zealandy sounding name. And then this bollard is a New Zealand bollard. It has this red strip over here, going all the way on the bollard. And then double yellow line is something you see sometimes in New Zealand as well. And yeah, pretty mountainous looking over here. Not sure exactly where in the country. I think it might be North Island. It looks a little bit more green, not too cold. So I'm gonna try like over here. probably like these mountains over here. So let's try like there. Nope. Okay, it was South Island, but it was far north South Island. All right, and let's see what we got here. So I would say this is South Africa. This sort of mountain definitely reminded me of South Africa. It's like pretty much looks just like Table Mountain, like which is like right down here by Cape Town. Um, it's just like these flat top mountains. And yeah, we got the coast over here to the south, which does fit as well. I'm thinking maybe like over here, we do see a mountain over here, so, or down here. Yeah, here we got like quite a bit of residential areas. But other than that, um, not really sure. This one, yeah, there's not many defining clues here. It's just like knowledge of the landscape, I guess, would be the biggest thing. And sun north, so that can point you towards South Africa as well. So let's try over here. All right, I got the right area, nice. And this one is Senegal. So the mirrors and then the bars on the car is something you see in Senegal, and then these rifts in the sky. They're like these glitches in the coverage for some reason. And then yeah, that does sound a lot like a Senegalese sort of town name because they got like the French style spelling with the OU and the E at the end. So let's just try over here. All right. It was right by the border, sort of. Yeah. But it was indeed Senegal. All right. And this one looks like Tunisia. So yeah, this car following is like the Tunisia follow car. It has like this red bit and then the black bit is the rest. Most of the plates have black in Tunisia, as you can see here. We got Arabic and French as well, so that pretty much confirms it. And just like these sorts of white buildings, I think there's even flags here, yeah. It's like sandy color of like the buildings, typical for Tunisia. So I don't know where exactly. Let's try Sfax over here. Okay, Gabus. And this one should be France. So we got Roux over here and French, obviously. Um, most of the poles in France are concrete. I think this one is concrete, yeah. And they usually have like holes in them. Um, yeah. Or they're segmented like this, yeah. Similar to the Brazilian ones. And yeah, pretty typical French looking. So like lots of stone houses. So I don't know where exactly. I'm just gonna go in the middle over here. Okay. And this one I would say is Canada. So, single yellow line, like solid single yellow line, is something you very rarely see in the US, and you see that quite a bit in Canada. Also, the wooden posts for the signposts, is something you see a lot more in Canada than the US. You do sometimes see it in the US, but not as much. So, like pretty much everything is pointing me towards Canada here. We do have a lot of evergreen trees as well. So let's go in like Ontario maybe. All right, nice. Not far from Toronto. All right, and this one's a pretty easy one. We got Johannesburg over here. Typical South African sign. The yellow road numbers and like the green background on the sign. So I'm not really gonna try and pinpoint this just somewhere near Johannesburg over here. All right. And this one looks like Russia. So this sign, it has like a white post with the black at the bottom painted over here. That's a typical, okay, here's another one. Yeah, typical Russian sign. Other than that, like pretty dry. There are a lot of like these, I think these are birch trees if I'm not mistaken. Which you do see a ton in Russia. So if it's this dry, I would say probably down here in the southern part of Russia. So let's go not far from Volgograd. Okay. It was Orenburg. Okay, yeah. This sort of area is also dry. It's near Kazakhstan. Yeah. So let's continue. We are at 25. That's nice. And this one, I believe, should be Cambodia, because I believe this bollard is Cambodia, with the white and the red. So, um, concrete roads is not something you see too much in Cambodia, but it's not out of the question. It's something you see a lot more in Thailand, but this shouldn't be Thailand with this bollard, the white and red. Usually Thai bollards have a are they're white with a black stripe, whereas Cambodia's have white with a red stripe. And so, whoa, I did not even see that. I think that's a cow, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but yeah, this should be Cambodia. I think there's quite a lot of hills, so this sort of area down here is pretty green and hilly. So let's try down here. Okay, nice. All right, and this one looks to be Canada. So yellow line again in the middle, but pretty northern looking. A lot of lower trees, some birches over here, evergreens. Definitely feels a lot more northern than what you would normally see in the US. So I think based off of like these sorts of evergreens, I see them a ton in Newfoundland. So I have a feeling this might be Newfoundland. If not, it might just be like Quebec or something, but I'm gonna try it. Nope, okay, I was just Ontario. Yeah, so sometimes it can be tough, but whatever. All right, here we got pretty obvious Thailand. We do have the flag here and the script, pretty easy to tell. Here are the ballers I was talking about with the black stripe, as you can see, and yellow line in the middle, and we are driving left as well. Right, yeah, Thailand drives left and Cambodia drives right. I completely forgot about that when I was like thinking about the last round, but yeah, there we go. All right, and this one we got Dubai over here, so pretty obvious one as well. We got the Arabic as well, very modern looking buildings. Yeah, tons of these like palm trees as well. So pretty easy to deduce that you are in the UAE, and it said we are in Dubai. So, all right, this is where the Dubai, yeah, I don't know, Dubai production studio, was that what it was? I forgot, but yeah, that's what it said on that. Okay. This one should be Russia. These sorts of yellow signs that have like a ton of writing on them, they're like the road construction signs, I think. They say everything in Cyrillic. You see those a lot on Russian highways. Um, Other than that, oh yeah, these blue signs over here, those like tell you town names. There's some pretty big highways in Russia. I'm not sure exactly where, but yeah, it should be in Russia, and I think pretty western in Russia, so probably somewhere not too far from Moscow. So let's try it. Nope. Apparently it was pretty far east in Siberia near Novosibirsk, but whatever. Okay, we are on 30 now. And we got Grindigger. Interesting. Um, yeah, I would say this is probably Scotland here. So this sort of house definitely feels like somewhere in the UK. We got like the stone walls with the gray roofs. That especially reminds me of Scotland. We do have like this very like open, like no trees, just like rolling hills, lots of sheep as well. Um, and then like the road lines, the white lines are kind of like pretty close together. That's something I've noticed quite a bit in the UK. It's kind of sometimes it can be difficult to tell, but I've seen them a lot, so I've kind of gotten used to that. I would say pretty far north in Scotland, and we're pretty close to the coast, so let's try like there. Okay. Oh, it's actually what are these? The Orkneys, I believe. This one's a Shetlands, and this one's Orkneys, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I think that's what it is. So yeah, and let's see what we got here. Interesting flag over there. Another interesting flag over there. Um, I think this one is Indonesia. No, Malaysia, I think. Yeah, it should be Malaysia, I think. Um, they are pretty similar looking, but I would say Malaysia just because of the quality of the roofs. They're like these pretty good tiled roofs like this, and Malaysia likes to use these columns a lot at the front of their houses. in these like suburban type areas. So that's what's making me lean towards Malaysia. Otherwise, yeah, pretty similar landscape, lots of palm trees as well. So yeah, I'm gonna try peninsular Malaysia. I think maybe somewhere up here. Usually this area is like the drier part of Malaysia, so let's try like here somewhere. Nope, okay, it was a little bit farther northeast, but it was indeed in Malaysia. Alright, and this one should be Spain, I believe, with this bollard. It has like the yellow over here, and then this sign, or the like arrow sign. Usually in Spain it's black and white. This one looks a little bit blue, although it might just be like color correction from like the camera. Um, but yeah, landscape definitely fits with Spain. We do have these outside dotted lines, which you do see in Spain as well. So yeah, let's try somewhere just in central Spain over here. Okay, nice. And this one seems like the UK to me. I don't know if that's yellow, but this house definitely feels like it's probably the UK. I think it might be brick from the look of it. It's very difficult to tell because of the camera. This is Gen 2 with the halo above it and like terrible color saturation. We are driving left here based off this. I think this is a welcome sign to a town. So yeah, it's pretty much like Ireland or UK here, but I think based off of this look of the house, I think we should be, yeah, okay, here we can make out the brick. Brick is very rare in Ireland, whereas in the UK it's used a ton. So let's go somewhere in southern UK over here and see. Okay, it was in East Anglia, but it was indeed in England, like I said. And let's see here. Again, driving left, like brick buildings. We should be in the UK again. Yeah, pretty. I think that's the yellow plate over there as well. So, um, yeah, definitely the UK. And I would say this one feels a little more like the central area of the country over here. So let's try over here. Okay, no, apparently it was just south. Yeah, I'm not getting the right parts of the UK today, apparently. After all my practice doing UK speedruns, apparently I still suck at that, but whatever. Safari Lodge over here, yellow outside lines, white inside lines. So definitely in southern Africa. And the big thing here that would tell me that it's South Africa and not any of the other countries down here is the Gen 2. So South Africa is the only one with the Gen 2 out of all of these countries over here. So I'm going to go in this area because this is like the drier part of the country. So, all right. And it looks like we're in South Africa again. So that's like a pretty Afrikaans sounding name. Again, the yellow outside lines, the Gen 2. So yeah. And pretty similar looking landscape as well. This one is maybe even a more dry than the last one. So probably even more to the west over here. Yeah. All right. And this one looks like Peru. So Peru has like this like distinct like adobe style houses. They're like this very brown brick that they use. And then a lot of times they paint it like white and they have these political posters, as you can see here. Um, so yeah, that's typical of Peru. Very dry, as you can see. The hills are like sand dunes pretty much. And then this sort of agriculture, which can like seem a little bit surprising, but you see that a lot along the coast of Peru. You have a ton of agriculture going on. And so I would say this is probably somewhere a little farther north in Peru, like somewhere around here, maybe near Trujillo. There's a lot of like this green area. There's a lot of agriculture around here. So yeah, don't know why it's taking so long. Usually it takes longer on the fifth round, but yeah, this time it took a little bit longer. It was along the coast, so it was a bit farther south. But yeah, the whole coastal area has that type of landscape. So yeah. And this one is Australia. So this red rectangular bit that doesn't go all the way to the end like it does in New Zealand. Um, that's like a typical bollard for Australia. This is pretty lush, pretty green. So I would say It's somewhere towards the south of the country. I'm thinking Victoria. I don't think it's Tasmania. Tasmania usually is quite a bit more hilly, and you usually see like pines and stuff. There are some like evergreens over here. But I would say, yeah, I would say it's probably Victoria down here. So let's try that. No, okay, it was Tasmania. Yeah, should have trusted the evergreens, but whatever. Okay, this one should be should be Hungary, I believe. The architecture is pretty typical of Hungary. Yeah, like you have these like pyramid kind of shaped roofs, or like the roofs that come towards the house most of the time. So here's another pyramid shaped one. But yeah, they're usually like either the houses are either connected or they have this like fence or not fence. Yeah, like a wall or a fence or something and a gate. So that's like typical of Hungary. Also the poles that have this they're concrete and they have these holes in between them. These poles you only see in Romania and Hungary. However, you can tell it's not Romania because of the winter coverage. So in Hungary, you get a lot of winter coverage, whereas Romania, pretty much all the coverage is summer coverage. You do also get summer coverage in Hungary, but this one's winter, so definitely should be Hungary. All right, there we go. So we're on 40 now. We are halfway there. So how much did that take? Half an hour. So yeah, quite a long video. So I'm gonna try and speed it up maybe a little bit. Um, All right, so this is Mexico. So, yeah, Spanish over here, tortilla, pretty typical. This plate with the red bit on this side, um, is in Nayarit. I don't know if that, I'm trying to remember if we had that earlier in the video or if I was just like playing some other game where I saw, yeah, I saw like the red on that side and that was in Nayarit. So, yeah, Mexico has quite a few license plates that you can learn to like see, and that can really help you narrow down like this massive country. So yeah, Nayarit, nice. Okay, and this one looks like Australia, I think. Waruna definitely sounds like a Australian sort of name. Um, yeah, pretty tropical, like a lot of these trees. We got some eucalyptus trees over here. Um, I would say, I don't know, it is somewhat difficult to tell, but I would say this is Western Australia, I think. Um, it just feels a little bit like more like this area. This area is usually a little more dry, a lot of red soil. You can't really tell here. Yeah, there is some red soil over here. Um, but yeah, pretty tropical, somewhat, or Mediterranean climate over here. So I'm gonna try that, yeah. Okay. And this one is South Korea. So this is like probably the biggest thing for South Korea. The blue street signs. There's the script as well, and yeah, you see those pretty much everywhere in the country. A yellow line in the middle, typical, and then a black car on the back. So, yep, we are somewhere in South Korea. This feels like pretty nice, pretty like southern, I would say, because it's like a little bit warmer. So let's try down here. Okay, it was actually Jeju, that's why. Yeah, it felt a little bit more southern. So yeah. And this one is Mexico. We got like the cinder block use as well, over here. Um, this one is like a lot more lush, a lot more green and mountainous. Here's some more cinder block as well. Um, and like the very bright colored houses with like the simple windowed designs and whatever. But yeah, with the like these sorts of lush mountains, that's something you see a lot like in this chain that starts like up here by Monterrey and then it goes all the way down to here and goes like that. And so I don't know where exactly we could be in this section or it could be like down here near Oaxaca, but I think I'm gonna try it around here somewhere. Okay, nice. All right. So this one is a little bit difficult. I could see this being both US and Canada. We have the yellow lines. The typical like what are these called? can't remember exactly what they're called. The bumper, no, something. I can't remember what they're called, but like these things that are on the side of the road, like dug into it. You see them all the time in the U.S. and Canada. So I don't know. This one is very difficult because the landscape definitely feels more northern, but I'm not sure if it's like Minnesota, for example, or Michigan, or if it's just Canada somewhere. So it looks like I don't know if we have a front license plate there. Um, Ontario does have front license plates. Michigan doesn't. Minnesota does as well. Wisconsin does as well. So I think Michigan is probably the best guess here, unless it's some other province. Quebec doesn't, but I don't think this is Quebec. Yeah, I don't know exactly, but I would say probably I would go Michigan here. But yeah, this one's like very difficult, kind of a 50-50, so let's try it and see. Okay, nice. It was Michigan, it was the Upper Peninsula, but yeah, I got the right state there. The knowledge of the front license plates definitely came through there. All right, and we are on 45 now. So this one is Australia, and there's actually one really helpful clue here that can like help you pinpoint in Australia. These poles that have the like black or like dark brown color on the sides, like on each side, is only found in South Australia. So this territory, or what is it, provinces they use in Australia? Yeah, I think so. Something like that. I don't know. But yeah, um, that pole is only in South Australia. So I'm gonna say probably near Adelaide because it's pretty urban. Okay, no, it was Port Augusta. But yeah, it was South Australia. Okay. And here we got a lot of helpful unblurred license plates. That one's an Oregon plate with the tree. This one I'm not entirely sure about what this is, but uh, that one's a Arizona plate if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm slightly rusty on some of them, but it's definitely the U.S. based off of that. Somewhere out west. Um, It looks like a pretty touristy area because we got cars from all over the place. Yeah, pretty dry. A lot of these pine trees, you do see that quite a bit in out west. So I'm gonna say like maybe Utah. It could be like somewhere out here near Zion or Bryce from the look of it. Okay, or Grand Canyon. That definitely makes sense. Yeah, we were right by like the actual Grand Canyon. That definitely makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Um, right. What is this? This seems to be New Zealand, I think. So we're driving left because this is the antenna on the back of the car. And do have some eucalyptus trees here, but we do have quite a bit of pines over here. Like these are like Norfolk pines, I think. Um, and so yeah, these sorts of houses with the low roofs definitely reminds me of New Zealand or Australia. Trying to think here, which one of the two would it be? Because this one is pretty generic sort of landscape. We do have like a bollard here, and I don't see the red bit on it, so I'm wondering if that's actually a Australian bollard and we're looking at the back of it, because if you're looking at the back of a New Zealand one, you would have the red. So yeah, that would confirm my suspicion, because we do see here like a eucalyptus tree as well, some eucalyptus trees. Definitely driving left with this. I'm not sure about this sign over here. Um, the white, like on the signpost, is something I usually associate with New Zealand. On the other hand, so this one's definitely a very tough one. No, I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go New Zealand here. Am I? Yeah, I think so, yeah. It's just I don't know about this. Like it's so difficult to see. But I think I have to lean New Zealand here just because it just doesn't feel particularly Australian, even though we have these eucalyptus trees. We have so many like pine trees over here and over here as well. And it doesn't feel like Tasmania by any means. And it's like it's a lot more temperate feeling. We got like a lot of this just grass, um, pretty flat as well, which is kind of like Tasmania is very hilly, so yeah, I think I have to go for New Zealand here. I don't know why this one's tripping me up so much. Okay, yeah, it was New Zealand. It was the far north. I think, yeah, the far north usually does have quite a bit of eucalyptus trees. That one probably shouldn't have been as difficult as I made it, but I don't know. Something about it just threw me off a little bit. So yeah, it's fine. We got the right country there, so that's good. Okay, so here we got some Arabic and the black back of the car, and so that means we are in Jordan. We do also have the yellow lines on the outside and very deserty sort of landscape. So got some hills to the west, it looks like, and pretty like I don't know, it's like pretty green. So I would say we could be like somewhere over here, like near the Dead Sea maybe, like that. I think that's the only area that would be this green. I don't think it's that green down here by Akaba. So yeah, let's try over here somewhere. Okay, nice. Yeah, I got the right road. Very nice. Right. And this one should be the US. So, um, yellow lines, we got the stop driving right. Definitely feels a lot more dry than it would be in Canada. So, I would say this is the US. Also this bollard, which I think might be a bollard that you see only in Oregon and Washington. I'm not entirely sure like how to differentiate the like US state bollards. There's some of them like that are like unique to each state. I don't know if this one is like the Oregon or the Washington one, but I think it's one of those two. So I'm gonna say Oregon here and see. No, okay, it was actually California. So California also has one of those bollards, and apparently I have no idea how to tell them. But it's fine. Okay, see what we got here. We got English and driving left. So let me think where this would be. Should be Eswatini, I think. It's a little bit not like your typical look for Eswatini, but it should be because first of all we have like the white back of the car, which you see that in South Africa and Botswana and Eswatini as well, but um people are definitely African driving left as well. And this sort of landscape, it's like rolling hills, kind of feels a little bit like we have a lot of these like grasses and the trees are or like the hills somewhat have trees. Um, so it's a little bit more temperate. Usually Lesotho is like very barren. It doesn't have like trees at all. And Botswana is very dry and not too hilly. So this one should be Eswatini. And as for like why it's not South Africa, it's just like it feels a little bit too poor for South Africa, really. So yeah, it should be in Eswatini here. Okay, nice. Yeah, I just kind of clicked in the middle, but it was in Manzini, which is one of the bigger cities of Eswatini. So this one should be Peru. So this is a big thing here for Peru. Got white and black stripes on the signpost. And then black car in South America, sorry. You only see that in Peru, Argentina, and Uruguay, but this is way too tropical and mountainous for those two, so we are gonna go like over here somewhere. Okay, that's fine. And this one should be Philippines. So concrete roads, which I did talk about before. Um, like that houses definitely feel Asian with this look. This is actually a pretty nice looking house, like wooden. It has like these shutters. Um, And yeah, like metal sheet roofs is pretty common in the Philippines with like these pretty large like overhang roofs like that. Um, and yeah, white back of the car as well. Driving right, as you can tell, we're sort of on the right side here, so definitely in the Philippines. And I would say maybe somewhere over here. Let's try that. Okay, where was it? It was, don't know where this is, but yeah. Okay, nice. And so let's see here. Dundalk. Okay, so Dundalk is a town in Ireland. I think it's north of Dublin. Yeah, over here, Dundalk. So that confirms it. But other than that, there's some use of brick over here, but most of the houses are like this, which is like the typical Irish look. It's like this cream or pastel color or like even white. They use a lot for Irish houses, and then they have these gray roofs. As you can see, like pretty much every house here has this gray roof, which is typical for Ireland. So yeah, we are in Dundalk, and let's go here. Okay, and let's see, this one I think is Poland. So these concrete ones with the holes in it, I did say like those are in Hungary and Poland, but if they're in this shape that which is like an A, here as well, you can see it. It has like this thing in between. Um, like that's pretty much only in Poland if they're like this concrete with the A. So I think that's like pretty much the big thing here for Poland. This is also a pretty Polish looking house with the um, bit in the front like sticking out of the roof. Um, and so yeah, it's pretty hilly, so I would say probably down here somewhere. So let's try like there. All right, nice. Okay. This one, is a little bit difficult. I think this should be Malaysia. So black car in is something you do find sometimes in Malaysia. Like both Indonesia and Malaysia have the white or black back of the car. Um, but yeah, I think these poles also fit. They have like this black bit at the bottom over here. It looks like it says like Enterprise over there. So we got like English, which is something you do see quite a bit in Malaysia. Um, so yeah, I don't know if I'm Yeah, I don't know. Something is a little bit off about this location, but really like everything points me towards Malaysia. This is like the same type of house that we saw in that other Malaysia location. We do have some columns here, I think, as well. And the poles with the usually the poles have like a black square over here. I don't see that on any of them, but the black bottom I think is something you do also see in Malaysia as well. So it's like very resorty feeling, I think. And I'm wondering if it's this one island over here, Labuan. I think I've seen like similar sorts of uh like a similar look when I've had a location on this island before, so I'm gonna try that. No, okay, it was just mainland. It was very close to Brunei. Not too far actually from where I clicked, just the other side of Brunei. But yeah, it was Malaysia. So yeah, that one again kind of tripped me up a little, but it's okay. Okay. Here we have this very green license plate. That's the Vermont license plate. So I think we should be in Vermont here. Speed limit sign, so yeah, definitely US obviously. The landscape definitely fits in Vermont, just these sort of rolling hills. We do have some like more colorful trees. I think it's like starting like to be fall in this, like when this picture was taken, it's like early fall, maybe like September or something. So yeah, let's go in Vermont and try it. Okay, very nice. This camera is like a little bit wonky, but let's try and think. Very barren. Got the double yellow line. Um, Thinking probably Canada here. because this is like, yeah, very barren, very low trees. I'm wondering if this one is actually Newfoundland. Um, it's like very, very barren, and a lot of these sorts of evergreens that you see in Newfoundland. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try that. Yeah, that one was really just landscape knowledge, I guess. So yeah. Alright, this one is Australia, and specifically Northern Territory. We got the back of the car with the antenna here, the long antenna, and we're obviously driving left based off of that. Very, very red soil and very, very tropical looking. And so like this very lush green look is something you really only see like up here. It's a very specific look. It's like there's not much like normal eucalyptus trees. It's only like these black barked ones, as you can see here. And then it's just very, very green and very, very red soil. So yeah, let's go over here. Nice. All right, and let's see what we got here. I would say that's probably Hungarian, and it feels like winter coverage again. Similar sorts of houses over here, as you can see. These sorts of houses, the same poles, the concrete ones with the holes. So yeah, we should be in Hungary here. So let's go. All right, pretty close to the Romanian border, and now we're on 60. So I think last time I got 64, 66, something like that. So definitely going to be at least trying to beat that and go for the top 5 now. Okay, this one is a Manitoba sign with the bison on top, and it even says Manitoba there. So we're definitely in Manitoba here. Yeah, here it is. Closer look at it. Definitely feels like the Great Plains of the US. So let's go over here. Okay. Ooh, very close to the border actually. I accidentally clicked on the location. Yeah, very close to the border. It was indeed in Canada, so that's good. All right. This one I would say is probably Indonesia. We're driving left again. We have the black license plates. I don't know why this one has a red license plate, but definitely feels like Indonesia. Yeah, we do also have Selamat Datang, which is like their word for welcome. So yeah, Indonesian language. And the way to like tell apart from Malaysia, um, it just feels a little bit more like poor, I would say. Like these metal roofs, like metal sheet roofs. Oh, a lot of these like antennas that are like sort of transparent and they're like this white color. You see that a lot in Indonesia as well. Yeah, just a lot of metal sheet houses. Um, so yeah, it should be. I think this one's probably in Sumatra. We have a lot of these oil palms. Oil palms you see in Sumatra, Malaysia, this part of Borneo, occasionally over here in this part, and I've seen them like once in Sulawesi, but yeah, usually oil palms are like over here, so should be Sumatra, I think. Yep, nice. Okay. All right, and this one, um, my first thought was Spain here, I think. It's Mediterranean. We have some olive trees over here. It's pretty dry, like very dry, honestly. Which is a little bit confusing, but I'm trying to think here. I thought about Turkey, but none of the road signs really fit with Turkey, I think. Like the back of them, like this just doesn't look like a Turkish sign, I think. And the road, it's like this very new, very black asphalt, whereas Turkey usually has like this like speckled, like grayer looking asphalt most of the time. Um, and so I think I would say, would I say Spain here? I don't know. I'm so torn. It's kind of a weird one. Like there's like most things are pointing me towards Spain, but the landscape just doesn't look Spanish with all these like massive mountains over here. I wish I could see this village a little closer because I can't really tell based off of that. Um, could it be anywhere else in Europe? I don't think so. Like it's very, very dry, and this like dryness I would really only associate with like Spain or Turkey. So I think I just have to go for Spain here. Let's go like down here, maybe near like the Sierra Nevada. Could be. Okay, yeah, it was. Yeah, those mountains kind of threw me off a little bit, but I guess like down here, yeah, it's pretty mountainous. It just felt a little strange, but yeah, just gotta think through them a little bit. All right, it looks like we got yellow license plates over here. Um, very, very British looking, just like rolling hills. No, not many trees. Um, you got like a brick facade over here. Um, yeah, what does this say? I can't really read the beginning, but it says like Deloitte or something. So I think it's probably Scotland here. So yeah, it definitely fits with the landscape as well. So let's try somewhere like up here, like that. Let's see. Okay, it's right near Campbelltown. All right. And this one is Nigeria. So this is like a follow car for Nigeria. It's like the Toyota, and then if you can tell, like the plate is kind of has a green hue. The license plates in Nigeria have like this green eagle on them, I think. Got English as well, definitely African looking. And this feels very tropical and um like pretty flat as well. So I think we should be probably near Lagos over here. Could be like in this sort of area near Lekki potentially. So let's try that. Okay, yeah, a little bit farther east, but it was right around there. Okay, and so this one is Kenya. So Kenya car, the black with the thing on it, and Moranga looks like is where we are. So I'm not gonna really try and look for it, but I think it's probably up here in this sort of area. So let's try that. Yep, okay, here's Moranga. Very nice. All right, and this one should be Israel. Um, we have white license plates here, which would indicate that we are in Palestine, like the Palestine area of. I don't really want to get into like which one's which, but in Geoguessr terms, they count as the same country. So, yeah, this should be like this part, like West Bank over here, with the white license plates and the black car with the long antenna. Usually in Israel, or no, in Israel you do have both, like white car with long antenna and black car with long antenna. But yeah, should be over here, I think. So yeah, okay. And this one is actually very interesting. This is like a very rare car that you see. It has this black bit and you see the mirrors. And that's only in far southern Philippines, like down here. And so it's been a while since I last got like this car on a GeoGuessr game. But yeah, other than that, we do have yellow lines in the middle over here. These red and white arrow signs is something you see in Philippines as well. You don't really see that in any other Southeast Asian country, I think. So, yeah, lots of palm trees as well. So, yeah. Okay, yeah, it was down here. Okay, and here we also have another car meta, which is kind of a little bit rare. This is the Thailand car, which is almost never actually like something that you can see, but occasionally you can make it out. It's like this maroon color, I guess, and then you can see the mirror sometimes. It's pretty rare, but yeah. Really, you should be able to tell otherwise with like all the other clues. We do have Thai over here. We're driving left. The bollards as well. So yeah, pretty easy Thailand. I think I'm not sure if there's a specific region that you see this car in, but I feel like I've seen that more in the south part of the country, and it definitely feels like it could be down here because of all the. It's like very tropical looking. So I'm gonna say down here. Okay, yeah, it was very very far south. But yeah. Okay. And this one looks like it's Bolivia, I think. It's either Bolivia or Peru. We have the white back of the car. The signposts look like they're metal, which is a little bit strange because In Bolivia, usually they're wooden, and in Peru, they have the black and white stripes on them. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm actually kind of dumb here. So it's actually Chile. Yeah, for some reason I've completely disregarded Chile. Um, but the yellow stripes means we have to like on the outside as well as the inside means we have to be in Chile. Because Chile usually has white, but in like high altitude areas, they do have this yellow stripes on all of the sides of the road to like for it to be more visible. And yeah, I don't know really why I disregarded Chile, but yeah, we should be somewhere around here, probably near Peru and Bolivia. So, because it's definitely very similar looking landscape. So let's try over here. Could be like this road as well. I'm not sure exactly where. No, okay, it was a little bit far south, but yeah, it was right by Bolivia. So we're on 70 now. We're getting there. We're getting close. All right. This one should be Russia. So black back of the car with the long antenna. Definitely feels very Russian. This is like very worn down building. Um, but otherwise like this sort of house definitely feels Russian. It's like wooden, with that dark colored wood. Here's the signpost I did talk about, I think, with the black at the bottom and the rest is white. And I think that might be the Russian colors over there. And of course, we got a tank. What else better to top it off than a tank? So, yeah, right. It was a little bit more west, but yeah, it was indeed Russia. Okay. And this one is New Zealand. So, this like white post with this yellow sign is something you see in New Zealand. We do also have the bollards here with the red going all the way. Um, and so, yeah, let's try like South Island, I think, over here. Okay, very nice. Okay, and let's see, what is this? I think this is Cambodia based off these bollards with the red at the top over here. I did talk about before, I think. And a lot of houses that are on stilts and they're made of wood, as you can see. That's like very typical of Cambodia as well. And the yellow lines in the middle, and we are driving right. So yeah, 100% in Cambodia. Let's try like over here somewhere. Okay. And we got English over here, brick house, driving left, definitely. This one should be the UK. I think these black and white uh, arrow signs are also only in the UK and not Ireland. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, that can tell you it's UK. And then this is a bollard that you see in the UK. So yeah, um, pretty like, I don't know, I would say this is England, but it's like very remote. So it might be like one of the like either Peak District or Yorkshire Dales. Let's try Yorkshire Dales over here. Okay, nice. Yeah, it was over here. Very cool. Okay. We've got Spanish over here, and I believe this should be Argentina. Um, yeah. A single yellow line is not something you see a lot in Argentina, but you do sometimes see it. It definitely feels like Argentina just based off the landscape. A ton of like just agriculture as far as I can see, and it's just like flat and just like grassland. So yeah, it should be Argentina here. And I think it's probably Buenos Aires province because just of the feel of it. So let's try that. Okay, very nice. Okay, and this one is Israel. The big thing here is the red and white curbs. And then we do have Hebrew as well. Other than that, yellow license plates. And this one, like, this area feels like pretty hilly and Mediterranean, not too dry. So I think we should be in the northern part of the country. So I'm gonna try like over here. Okay, very nice. Let's see here. Yeah, Mabusa Nature Reserve. This one I think I'm thinking South Africa. We have the yellow outside lines, white inside lines as well, but it doesn't really feel like Eswatini that much. I think the road is pretty big, and that's not very common for Eswatini. The plates are also like white and they're like longer. I think, Yeah, I think everything here points towards it just being South Africa and not Eswatini. So let's go there. Okay. Very cool. All right, and this one is Peru. So black back of the car. Um, and this is actually something that you only see in Peru, like these black and yellow stripes. You see them either on guardrails or on like this little bit by the road. Um, and then these bollards, it actually looks very similar to the Cambodian bollard, but yeah, you do see sometimes bollards in Peru, and definitely feels like the Andes somewhere in the mountains over here. So let's try over here somewhere near Huascaran. Huascaran's actually the uh, tallest area of like the Andes in Peru. So, okay, it was a little bit farther north, but that's fine, right? And this is what I talked about earlier with North Australia. So same bollards, same like black bark trees, very green, very lush, very red soil. So yeah, we should be somewhere up here. Okay. And let's see. White plate, we got yellow lines. Same sort of like the white like painted stuff with the political posters. So I think this one should be Peru as well. This one's a little bit strange for Peru. It's not like typical Peruvian landscape, especially with these trees, but I think these trees, like especially like they kind of look like acacias. You see that a lot in the very far north of Peru over here. And it's pretty flat, and this area is pretty flat as well. So I would go up here, I would say. So yeah, yeah, even farther north. But yeah, it was Peru. And lots of Latin America I feel like we got today. I'm kind of liking it because I do like Latin America. But yeah, we're on 80 now, so we only need one more to tie it. And this one is Norway. So like these lines on the outside, they're a little bit longer than the ones you see in Sweden. And also Sweden would never have like this like sort of landscape where you got mountains right next to the sea, like fjords and whatever. I think we're probably somewhere up here in the north. That's like especially the area with like this sort of landscape. So let's try it. Okay, yeah. So we tied it now, and we got Spanish here, and we have a, let's see, is that a white or a black back of the car? Um, it's tough to tell. This one's either Argentina or Chile. It has that Patagonia feel, like very barren, very vast, some like mountains as well. I'm just not sure if it is like there's like this bit of Chile definitely looks like this. There's like some other bits, like I think over here as well, that look very, very similar to what you would see in Argentina. Because usually Chile is a little bit more green, especially down here in this bit. Um, but like as you go more towards Argentina, it gets drier. And so I think I have to lean towards Chile here. I don't know if this car is white or black because if it was black, it would be Argentina, or if it's white, it's Chile. But really, like the sun, with the sun like shining right on it, it makes it so bright that this could even be like a black car, like that's just like reflecting the light. But I think I just have to go with my gut here. And I think like I've seen this sort of landscape where there's like some like colorful trees and like it's sort of barren like this. I've seen that in like this bit of Chile or like some other bits like over here or over here. So I'm gonna try that. Okay. Whew. Wow, I got extremely close. I didn't even try, but yeah, okay. Um, that was just like knowledge from working on my Latin America map. Um, so yeah, that got me to 82, which means we are on the top five now. And we got Bolzano here. So we are in Bolzano in Italy. We do also have like this via sign over here. So definitely in Italy. And Bolzano is up here. So let's go over there. Okay, very nice. And this one is like a very specific landscape knowledge. It's like super, super barren, like extremely northern looking, like Arctic looking. And that is only in Svalbard over here. And so I think we're in Longyearbyen because it's like very, uh, like pretty like populated for Svalbard at least. Um, and so yeah, really it's just the landscape. It's like these dark colored like mountains that have absolutely no trees anywhere. So yeah, okay, 84 now. Very nice. And let's see here. We are driving left. We have the back of the car over here. We have the double white line. And this is the big thing that I was talking about that other time, the black on the painted on the pole. So this one should be Malaysia for sure over here. Double white line is also something you see a ton of Malaysia. You don't really see it that much in Indonesia, so should be Malaysia here. I think the houses do also kind of fit as well, so yeah. All right. Should be 85. Just to confirm. Yep. Okay. 85 now, so we're getting through it. All right. And this one is somewhat difficult. So let's see. Can't really make out what it says there. We got quite a lot of hills here. Um, hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where in Europe this would be. It's yeah, I saw this and it has like this cross, but I'm not sure if that's like the cross that they have on the Slovakian sign. It's a possibility. I could definitely see this being Slovakia, like somewhat hilly. Um, kind of feels a little bit more like Eastern Europe, I would say, based off of just like I don't know, the feel of it feels a little bit more like Eastern Europe. Like these sorts of buses as well. The red roofs is something you see a lot in, yeah, I know in Bratislava at least, like they do have a lot of red roofs. So I think, yeah, I think really I'm gonna go Slovakia here because I don't have a better idea. There's not much to go off of here really other than that. So yeah, let's try it. Let's try it. Okay, nice. It was Slovakia. It wasn't Bratislava. It was a little bit more central, but or it was Slovakia, sorry, but it wasn't Bratislava. But yeah, 86 now. And I think second place was 87. So um, this is to tie with, or not second place, sorry, fourth place. This is to tie with fourth place. So um, pisos, fincas. Um, I don't know if that's Spanish. Maybe it's Catalan or something. But I think we should be in Spain here. We have the blue just on one side, no yellow. Um, it's not it's not Italy for sure, and it's not France. So a lot of brick apartment buildings as well. That's something you see a lot in Spain as well. So I'm not sure if that's Catalan. I might just be like tripping, and it's just normal Spanish. But I'm gonna try over here because it is also pretty hilly as well. So yeah. Okay, no, it was what is this? Leon province or what is yeah, Castilla and Leon province. So probably just normal Spanish, but okay. That's fine. All right. Let's see here. This one is pretty difficult, but we do have one clue here. I think this is a Romanian bollard. They're like these like arched sort of shape like that. Um they're kind of like gravestones, but I think those are only in Romania. Um, and this sort of landscape definitely fits with Romania. Lots of corn, just like flat agricultural land that's typical of this southern part over here. So I'm gonna try that. Okay, it was a little bit more north, but yeah, it was Romania. All right, and this one should be the United Arab Emirates because we are driving right. We have the yellow on the outside. Very, very deserty. The black and white stripes on the poles, they do also have that in the UAE as well. And yeah, a mosque over there as well, just to top it off. So, all right, pretty close as well. All right, And let's see, we got English over here. Vandalism, blah blah blah. I can't read what that says, but I think it might say British Columbia over here. I can sort of make it out. The landscape certainly fits with British Columbia. So I think that does, yeah, I think it does fit. Like these sorts of pine trees as well. Yeah, really, I think I have to go for British Columbia then. So I'm gonna try that and see. Okay, it was British Columbia and it was Canada. So we're on 90 now. Ooh, okay, we're getting there. We're doing really good. All right, this one is Brazil. This is like the type of landscape which I think I talked about earlier. It's in like this area, Espírito Santo, Minas Gerais, that area, where you have like rolling hills, pretty like agricultural, um, and yeah, very green looking. So I think we should be over here. Okay, very close as well. All right. Um, and this is probably where my downfall is. So, um, I think my first thought here was Estonia. I'm not sure if like Estonia sometimes has this glitch where you have like very green looking coverage. Like I've heard it like referred as the green blur. It definitely feels like the Baltics with this sort of gravel road. And the houses as well, they're like wooden houses, like that. That's very typical for the Baltic area. So I don't know if there is like a green blur here, but it just kind of, I don't know. Estonia was my first thought, and I really don't see anything that could confirm it for me any other way. So I'm just gonna go with my original gut guess and say Estonia here. Okay, whew, 92 now. So that's crazy. Okay. This is the Reunion car. So it has a black tape on the back and it's like this front. Um, there's the ocean as well, I think, to our south. So we're gonna go into Reunion and probably like down here near Le Tampon. Great name. Okay, we were actually like really close to Le Tampon. So yeah, okay. Namboard, that's interesting. I think this one is Botswana. This is a very, very big mountain over here for Botswana standards at least. Um, but it's super dry really. Um, and I don't think this is South Africa. It just kind of has more of a Botswana feel to it. Yeah, pretty poor looking, very barren, like just dry. So I'm gonna go Botswana here. I think the only big mountains I know, there's like this one pretty big mountain over here somewhere near Gaborone. So I'm gonna go like over here somewhere. Let's see. No, okay, it was actually, oh wow, okay, it was Eswatini. Um, so yeah, 93 is when I lost on. This was surprisingly dry for Eswatini. I don't know why. Oh my God, there's even the shape of Eswatini over there. Oh my God, yeah, okay, that was dumb. It just seems so dry. It's not typical for Eswatini, but the huge mountain, I don't know what I was thinking of. Okay, that was just dumb, honestly, but um, yeah, there's like this big ridge over here that goes all along the border. And so, yeah, that really, I think I was rushing it a little bit, but it's fine. We got 93, which is crazy. So yeah, let's see what the leaderboard is. So 93 would take me to fourth place. So um yeah, I got on the leaderboard now. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm kind of a little bit bummed out by how I messed up because it's just like a dumb mistake. I really should have looked because it literally shows the like map of the country on that board. But whatever, it's fine. Um, yeah, there's not much I can do now about it. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Got a lot of explanations in there, definitely with 93 countries. So, um, probably learned a lot about like Latin America, especially with all of the Latin America rounds we had. But yeah. So yeah, we're approaching 1 hour and 20 minutes now, so that's crazy. But I'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed it. So bye.